45 minutes, okay? It's our chance to talk about some cases. So, who should we talk about today?
We've got to talk about Richard.
Okay, it's Richard,
Danny, definitely.
Danny,
And,
let me get a pen, I can't go write them down.
And Carol.
Yeah,
Danny,
definitely
Richard, Carol. Okay. Anybody else?
Kerry.
And Jamil's having a bad time.
Kerry, Jamil. Oh, we've only got 45 minutes, so okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So who should we? Who wants to start? Who's the most important?
Well, I'll tell you about Jamil.
Okay. Okay.
So he breached his order with youth offending in the court 3 days ago, and I mean he may get taken back to the young offenders unit because that was quite a serious breach.
What did he do?
Oh, he's not allowed to go over to the estate on the east of town, and he went over there and
He was in really late the night before last as well when I was on the
Yeah.
late shift, and just really
He was
wide.
and he did
Totally,
and
yeah.
he did some
stoned
shoplifting,
or high,
yeah.
shoplifting there. So you know, I mean, in ways he might get more custodial, but
I think we're just too lax on him. You know, we let him get away with stuff time after time, and no one's putting any boundaries. And that's what he needs. He needs some boundaries.
If we put boundaries in, you know, if we're too harsh on him, he's just going to run away.
he'll go.
He'll just
He
go.
doesn't
He's
care.
going to be over that other side of town
Yeah, well,
every
then he'll
night.
get arrested, and he'll go. You know, he'll be in breach. He'll go into
But
custody.
that's what's
and then he'll get
happening
the boundaries.
already. You know, that's
Yeah,
what's
but
happening already.
He had a really difficult sort of couple of years, you know, with sort of like with his dad dying, and then obviously his mum had to go to custody at one point as well. So I mean, I think he's had a really tough time, and I wouldn't want him to go down that same route again.
We sent him to counselling, and he didn't bother to go. So you know, we give him loads of chances. We give him too many chances.
Also, I think he looks like this time that's it.
But I'm quite worried about, you know,
Should we, I mean,
he's not in a good place at the moment. You know, he's not in a good place. You know, he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to get sent down again. And you know, in ways it's happening anyway. He's probably
Should
going
we
to get
wait
sent
though
down.
to see the outcome of that though? Because is there any point of us really doing much if he's going to go anyway?
Does he actually
Well-
go to your key working sessions?
Well,
Does he come
sometimes
along?
he'll talk to me on the phone. Sometimes we'll catch each other in the corridor, and sometimes he does turn up. Kind of depends whether he's got anything better to do in ways, but he does. You know, it's not that there's nothing happening. He's you know, I get on quite well with him, and
So have you tried doing
I
some
mean-
of that grief work about Dad?
I mean, he doesn't just. He's very clear. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
But maybe
But
we
I'm
should
just
refer
not.
him to counselling again, I think, because
I'm
actually
just-
they'd probably see him again if we refer him
But he
again.
won't go.
He might.
Well, he might, but I just.
Also, you know,
I'm a bit worried about, you know, between now and when he goes to see the judge, whenever it is, Friday or whatever it is. I can't remember when the appointment is. You know what Jamil's like. One thing he doesn't like is not knowing what's going on, and he's.
But I knew a boy, and it was the best thing that happened to him to go into custody. You know, you get that routine, you get looked after a bit better, and it was, you know, he came out a different person. It's the best thing that happened to him.
Yeah, I know, but.
I'm with Suzanne about this referral because we do need to be seen to be, you know, doing something to help him.
Well, I actually would like to help him, you know. Sorry, but I'm just feeling a little bit like, hang on a moment. I work with Jamil. I am just, he's not in a good place at the moment, and I think just if I wrote a letter and sent him off to, you know, I think John's probably right. He probably wouldn't go, but I don't know how to. You know,
We've just probably got another couple of minutes on this because I'm mindful we've got another whole bunch of cases. So, what do you think? What are the key things do you think we've got to do with this case? Do you think?
I suppose I could refer him, but I don't know how to sort of persuade him that. I don't know how to persuade him to go, and I don't know.
He needs a
Whether
referral
it's-
to the drug team as well. You know, he
Yeah.
came home absolutely.
voluntary wasted the other night,
Yeah.
And even with Harbour, he was, so you need to be doing that as well, actually, is getting in contact with the drugs team, because they're,
So would you do 2 referrals then, or?
But he's just going to go. What's the point? I'm going to the judge on Friday. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. You know,
If we
he
make these,
could. You know, he's done stuff before, hasn't he? Done some cutting. He's taken overdoses. And things. That's my worry that he's gonna.
well,
He's
it's,
not got much to lose at
It's
the
never
moment.
been serious, though, has it? It's only ever been kind of superficial stuff.
but this is what I'm saying. We need to make these referrals because otherwise, you know, what are we doing to help?
So I think the view is that we need to get some additional help with this. I can see that you're working to do your.
Yeah, but look, by the time I've done the referral, it's going to be weeks before he sees a counsellor. He'll either be in prison or he'll be in wait.
I think we're going to have to move on now.
Yeah,
We've
I've
given
got a
that
similar
enough time.
situation with Kerry actually.
Yeah.
We could
Okay.
just talk about.
Okay.
Really need to talk about Kerry.